Today we're diving into a topic that sparks a lot of debate: punishment. Why do parents use it and how can they move away from it? And at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing a framework that can help you to move away from punishment towards more positive forms of discipline. So let's dive in. Before we dive in, I just want to share the motivation behind this video. So having shared online content now for over 4 years, all relating to parenting, I find that anything in relation to punishment leaves the user or the reader feeling judged. So if you use punishment because you feel it's effective, or you're at a position where you want to move away from punishment to more positive forms of discipline, it's going to be really hard for you to seek those alternatives, because when you engage with the content, you're going to feel judged. So in this video, I'm hoping that you can make it all the way through without feeling judged. So I'm a true believer in self-awareness. I think when you're self-aware, that can bring about positive change and help you to move forward. So if you stick around to the end, I'm 100% sure you're going to be in a position where you can begin to move away from punishment in your parenting. So let's kick off with the research. When parents punish their kids, they either want to stop an unwanted behavior, or they want to stop an unwanted behavior from happening again and again. If your child throws a toy against the wall, immediately as a parent, you want that to stop. So let's say, for example, you punish your child because you feel that's the only way they're able to learn that that behavior is unacceptable. So if we take a look at a 2016 study from the University of Michigan, and I'll share links to the study in the description below, they actually analysed 75 pieces of research involving over 161,000 children. And they found that there was no evidence to suggest that physical punishment stopped an unwanted behaviour from happening again and again. And they actually uncovered 13 harmful effects on a child's development, ranging from depression to stress to anxiety and even increased aggression. The problem here is that when we reach a point in the road where we think punishment is necessary, that's the point in which we want our child to build some all-important life skills. Learning to share, regulating emotions, communicating their feelings instead of lashing out. And when we punish our kids for not sharing, for having a meltdown, or for lashing out, we pass up a huge golden opportunity for teaching our child some all-important life lessons. We might think we're teaching them because we see an immediate short-term change in their behaviour, but punishment shames our kids into thinking they're bad and provides them with zero alternatives to do better next time. It's super difficult, I know all too well. We've got a 6-year-old and an almost 2-year-old, and certainly the 2-year-old is well and truly into toddlerhood now. She's finding her voice, she's starting to experience those big emotions, and as challenging as those difficult moments are, if we punish our child, if we shun them, if we shame them, then we pass up on some golden opportunities to teach them how to do better next time. So the most important step to move away from punishment is to acknowledge that it's not the most effective form of discipline. I think with self-awareness comes about positive change, and you can start making some steps forward. So what we're going to do now is we're going to dive into 5 reasons why parents might be punishing their children. And I think if you can resonate with 1, 2, or all of these points, then you can start to make some positive steps to move forward. Number 1, and that's stress. So high levels of stress, whether it's financial, through work, personal issues, can lead to harsher punishment. When you're stressed, it's harder to stay calm and be patient with your little ones. So you have zero chance of connecting with them during those challenging moments. Number 2, and that's cultural and generational patterns. If you grew up in a culture or generation that endorsed strict punishment, then you might be led to believe that it's imperative for your child's development, and that cycle will continue again and again. Often I hear the line, "My parents did it to me and I turned out fine." But is this really what you want for your kids? Number 3, and that's personal trauma. Personal trauma can influence your parenting style for sure. And if you lack alternative methods, you might just resort to the methods you experienced growing up, regardless of their negative consequences on your child. So number 4, and that's a lack of alternative methods. I think a lack of alternative methods when it comes to disciplining your child can lead to frustration and harsher punishment. And that frustration leads me on to number 5, which is unrealistic expectations. Now, I urge every parent to take some time to really understand child development, because when you take the time to understand child development, it allows you to set realistic and age-appropriate expectations. I think all parents expect too much too soon from their little ones, and when your bar's up here and your child is continually failing to meet those expectations that you're setting for them, it leads to frustration. And if you feel that punishment is a necessary and an effective form of discipline and it isn't working for you, then those punishments can get harsher and harsher. So take the time to understand child development and do your best to set realistic, age-appropriate expectations for your child. So I'll be creating plenty more content on this channel relating to punishment, but if you want to explore a framework I've put together to help you move away from punishment to a more positive forms of discipline, then I actually have a free guide. It's called Punishment Free Parenting, and it's been downloaded and helped over 30,000 parents. So head to the description below and get your free guide today. Thanks for watching, and remember, with the right tools and the right mindset, you can really start to make some positive steps forward and transform your approach to parenting and really focus on building that strong relationship with your child. I'll be back next week with another video.